Racing. That was a great start. Caught them as one, and Lador Magic just in front of our Cashel, moving up very quickly on the inside as Law of Logic, and Merlin on the outside is going for the lead too. Settling down at the end of almost 300, Lador Magic will shade Merlin, now gets away, leads Merlin a length. Third, Law of Logic, followed by our Cashel, and then Beat the Bullet, who's racing a little ungenerously inside Dashing Eagle. 2 lengths to Jezebel. 700 to go on the Riesling trial, and the New Zealand filly Lador Magic makes play. Nearly a length on Merlin, length and a half away. Third, Law of Logic, at her quarters the outside, our Cashel, who's right on the back of a stablemate Merlin. Then Beat the Bullet, who's travelling on the inside of Dashing Eagle, and a couple of lengths to Jezebel. They're on the swing for home now, and Lador Magic given full rein by Shane Dye, just over a length on Merlin. Our Cashel joining in quickly, then Law of Logic and Dashing Eagle putting in her claim. 250 to go. Lador Magic joined by Merlin. Our Cashel starting to struggle, and then Dashing Eagle. Merlin hits the front down to the 100 metres. Dashing Eagle can't get it, then Lador Magic at our Cashel, but Merlin is going to win and emulate her mum by taking out the Riesling trial. Merlin, a very attractive winner from Lador Magic and Dashing Eagle, followed by our Cashel, and then Beat the Bullet. Second last was Law of Logic, and Jezebel was last.
Number 3, Merlin, Super Tab, $3.92 even. Number 2, Lador Magic to pay $2 even. And no third for 8, Dashing Eagle.
At the Riesling Slipper trial, number 3, Merlin, has paid $4.10 and $2.40. And looking every inch a golden slipper possibility. Number 2, second, Lador Magic, has returned $2.10. And number 8, Dashing Eagle, in the third spot at $2.70. Merlin by Dane Hill. It's like a record, isn't it? Dane Hill from Bold Promise, raced by Mr. and Mrs. Lloyd Williams in partnership with Mr. and Mrs. Kerry Packer. Foaled on the 27th of September 1993. She's bay in colour, trained by Lee Friedman and ridden by Greg Hall. And I wonder, could Merlin possibly give Lee Friedman his 4th successive golden slipper success? Second posse going to number 2, Lador Magic. She made play and battled on well by Kingdom Bay from Morgan Page at Chestnut Filly 2. Trained by Dave O'Sullivan, written by Shane Dye. And third placing going to number 8, Dashing Eagle by Dane Hill from Le Casier. She looked to have a chance. Bard Cummings, Brian York, 1/4 and disappointing to our Cashel. She was sitting on the back of a stablemate coming down the side of the track, but she was under pressure at the 200 metres, so she was a disappointment today, our Cashel. I wonder if she's now starting to throw more to Dad, Sir Tristram, and is going to be looking for longer racing. But this horse has won it, and won it easily by 1 1/4 lengths, with the neck second and third, 1 1/4 a neck. The time 1:10.93, 1:10.93. Shea Bisque holds the race record at 1:09.6. The sectional run was 34.8, 34.8. Quinella 5.20, trifecta 47.30, and the exacta paid $13.80. So a big win to Merlin in the second race of the afternoon. Bear in mind they are running into a pretty strong headwind as they straighten for the run of the judge. And when you look at the times for the Riesling trial over recent years, actually Bold Promise, the mum of Merlin, ran 1:10.47, but last year 1:10.6. 3 years ago, 1:10.19, 1:10.90, 1:10.47. When you look back, it's a pretty good gallop, and Shea Bisque certainly well out on her own, 1:09.6 when you look at the times of other Riesling Slipper trial winners. So she's in this golden slipper right up to her ears. Well, Kerry Packer and Lloyd Williams have had some handy horses over the years. They haven't been able to win a golden slipper. 1996 could be it, but there's a lot of water to flow, Rod.
You're not kidding there, but fingers crossed for Merlin. Race 2, Cheltenham.
And they're off and racing, and the best to begin was Confiscate. Landed about 3/4 on the favourite Cattle in opening. Hippopotamus third, followed by Kidman's Cove, and B-Boss is not all that far away as they settle down. Fair Diana in that pack of horses, a length and a half to Mancini, then Gold Ruler wide out from Mr. Piper. Encore's next to last, and Shindig is the tail ender. Heading down the back of the course and racing towards the 1,000 metres, and here Hippopotamus raced up on the outside to shade Confiscate. Cattle in opening right behind them third, then Fair Diana on the outside of Kidman's Cove. A length further back is Gold Ruler, pratted out pretty wide. In the centre next is B-Boss as the speed slows a fraction. On the inside, Mancini, then Mr. Piper, second last Encore's 2 lengths to Shindig. On the side of the track, they run 700 left to go, and Hippopotamus narrowly clear a Confiscate. On a limb is Fair Diana, and Boss giving the favourite Every Hope Cattle an opening. Kidman's Cove, handy over on the inside, followed by Gold Ruler, and then Mancini. B-Boss and Mr. Piper, a length to Encore's, and last of all as they swing for home, Shindig. Straightening for the run of the judge and Confiscates. Rider quickens up the breaker, half Hippopotamus. A length to Cattle and opening. Kidman's Cove can't get into the clear, followed by Fair Diana, and then a break to Encore's, seeing daylight and finishing on Determinedly. Cattle and opening, chasing Confiscate. Kidman's Cove gets the gap, and here's Encore's the outside. Kidman's Cove and Encore's are going to battle this out. Encore's, Kidman's Cove, Encore's, Kidman's Cove, and Encore's will win. Encore's ahead, Kidman's Cove. Third was Cattle and opening. Fourth on the inside, Confiscate, and then Mr. Piper, followed by B-Boss, Fair Diana. Then Hippopotamus, Shindig, followed by Mancini, and last in was Gold Ruler. Number 3, Encore's, written by Darren Bateman, the winner of...
And on the Super Tab to pay $5.10 and $1.70. Number 2, Kidman's Cove, $1.70, and number 1, Cattle and Opening, $1.30.
One for minors, Kidman's Cove, written by B. York, second, $1.70. And number 1, Cattle and Opening, written by G. Boss, third, to pay $1.20. Given plenty of time to settle down, a patient ride by Bateman aboard Encore's. Got the run at the right time after they straightened up in this beautifully bred colt by Masqué from Stage Hit. Went home just a little too well for Kidman's Cove, who had a cosy run behind the speed, got out seemingly in plenty of time, but found Encore's just a shade too good, and Cattle and Opening looked to have every conceivable chance in third spot. By Masqué from Stage Hit, a bay colt, 3 Encore's, John Hawkes, Darren Bateman, and of course the owner's Woodland Stud. Numbers official, 3-2-1, second Kidman's Cove, a 3-year-old bay gelding by Masqué from Settlers Cove, B.R. Guy, B. York. And 1 Cattle and Opening, brown colt, 3 Carpstad Dawn Music, J.B. Cummings, G. Boss. The official 4th was 5 Confiscate, and 8 ran 5th. That was Mr. Piper. Time was 1:28.71, 1:28.71. Record held by Northern Reward, that's the race record, 1:28.5, and the sectional was a pretty slick 34.52. They dropped off a little, speed-wise, around about the 900 metres, but they've come home quickly. Last 634.52. And neck was the winning margin, or short neck actually. Short neck by 2 lengths. Short neck by 2 lengths. 4th of the day, and this is the main sprint, the Star Kingdom Stakes. 1,100 metres, and the 18th in the series, a Group 3, scratch 12 of Vulture in a field of 15. Now, the Quinella in the previous paid $14.10, the Exacta $32.80, and the Trifecta has paid $46.90. So, Encore's coming back on his own, well behind the others, so it'll be a while before we get more news. But here's Rodney with more news.
Okay.
Racing in the Star Kingdom, a great start too. One of the best to get going was Can Grande. Out very quickly, Milrich heading Can Grande. Emilio third, and parked in 4th position over on the inside is Batwing, followed by Flaming Hot. New Step, a length and a half to Clearly Chosen, and then comes on the outside Moss Rocket, a length Alert Me, and Victoria Park, followed then by Nevada Lodge, a length off to Slav Defence. Out wide Red Hope, followed by Identikit, and last is Code. 600 left to run. Milrich from Can Grande and Flaming Hot for the Millio. Length and a half to Batwing, New Sep, Moss Rocket clearly chosen. 2 lengths Victoria Park, Alert Me, and the others are headed as they swing around the home corner by Nevada Lodge in the straight. Past the 350, Can Grande out after Millrich, a length away, third Flaming Hot. Batwing on the inside. Here's Moss Rocket putting in his claim, followed by New Sept Identicat and Victoria Park, Alert Me, trying to weave clear, but this super sprinter Moss Rocket shot to the front. He ducked in a bit. Rob Thompson straightens him up. Here's Identicat flying at Moss Rocket, but the Rocket's home. Moss Rocket from Identicat and Batwing. Then clearly chosen with New Sept, Nevada Lodge, Alert Me, Code, followed by Victoria Park, Slav Defence. Can Grande weakened out of it, so did Flaming Hot and Emilio Millrich likewise, and Red Hope found the wide alley just beyond him and was at the tail of the field.
Number 1, Moss Rocket to pay $3.70 and $2 even. Number 6, Identicat, $3.10 and 9, Batwing, 4 even.
Number 6, Identicat, written by G. Cooksley, has paid $3.10. And the third placing will go to number 9. And that's Batwing, a stablemate of the second horse, and Batwing will pay $4.20. Moss Rocket lumping the 60 kilos. First up since the 9th of November, 19 starts, 8 wins, 4 seconds, 1 third. A 5-year-old chestnut gelding by Rory's Jester from Leitchen Lady, trained by Kevin Burns from Newcastle for A. Hall, T. Morton, C. Froome, G. and Mrs. M. Fay, and Mrs. J. Burns. There's the number. Number 1, Moss Rocket is first. Number 6, Identicat second, a 4-year-old chestnut gelding by Sovereign Red from Beauty. Couple of more hops. Up would go his number. John Hawkes, Grand Cooksley, and third to Batwing by Prego from Nocturnal Sky, a 4-year-old chestnut gelding, John Hawkes, Stephen King. Fourth went to number 3, Victoria Park. Number 5, Nevada Lodge ran 5th, and number 8, New Sept in 6th position. So 1, 6, 9, 3, 5, and 8. Charge of horses, 200 metres to go. But you can simply sum the race up by saying class prevailed there. Moss Rocket lumping the 60 kilos and winning by only about a short head on the line. He's run 103.89. The record held by Kessam at 103.05. 103.89, 34.96 was the sectional, 34.96. And the Quinella paid $20.20, the exacta $28.80, and the trifecta $305.30. The winning margin was a short head with a half a length between second and third, a short head by half a length. Race number 5 today, and this is the Todman Slipper Trial, a field of 8 no scratchings, and tremendous interest in this particularly, with maybe the hope of Sydney as far as the Golden Slipper is concerned, Magic of Sydney, and of course tremendous interest in the unbeaten New Zealander Batavian. Well, Rodney, what have you got to report at far?
Racing. Sally has bounced very quickly in the centre, one of the first out, with Donor and Iron Horse travelling forward. Scenic Royale from the outside early with Hurricane Storm. Lucky Striker over on the inside. It's Salius, Iron Horse, and on the outside Scenic Royale. And Hurricane Storm, nearly a line of 4 at the judge with a lap to go. Lucky Striker 5th out of the straight from Donor, and then McRest, Alcohira's Son, Russian Trader, and last of all Sky Bow. 16.50 out, and Payne has taken the favourite to the front now. Salius, it's Salius by a length and a half, Hurricane Storm. Iron Horse is third on the fence, 2 then to Scenic Royale running 4th, a length for the back, Lucky Striker. Over on the inside of Alcohira's Son is running 6, 1 off the fence, 2 to MacRest. Donor outside it, 2 to Russian Trader and 2 to Sky Bow. 1,400 metres to go. Salius, the Oaks winner, in front by a length and a half. Hurricane Storm is up on the outside of Iron Horse, who's tucked away on the rail, 2 for the back, Scenic Royale. Running 4th on the outside of Lucky Striker, 5th, a length for the back, running 6th of the race, Alcohira's Son, 2 to MacRest. A half then to Donor, 2 then to Russian Trader at the 1,000-metre mark. And last of all is Sky Bow. He's letting this filly just dictate her own terms at the 1,000-metre mark. Salius, she leads out by a length and 3/4. Iron Horse is on the inside of Hurricane Storm, is out facing the breeze. A length and a half to Scenic Royale, running 4th at the 8.50 turn, 2 for the back, Alcohira's Son. Lucky Strike at the rail, a length for the back, Donor, then MacRest, and 2 lengths for the back, Russian Trader. Last of all, Sky Bow, going up to the 7.50, and Salius by 1.5 to Hurricane Storm. Iron Horse over on the inside, 3rd from Scenic Royale to the outside, 4th. Is at the 600-metre mark, 2 to Alcohira's Son, followed by Donor. He increases the tempo on Salius, and he tried to break away, 2 in front. Scenic Royale up to 2nd. Hurricane Storm under pressure, and further back, Iron Horse, a gap then to Donor. Trader, El Quahira Sun, Sky Bow, and further back Russian Trader. Salius in front up to the turn, about a half length. Scenic Royale on the outside is looming up to it quickly. Scenic Royale going up to Salius, and they come away to fight it out from Iron Horse. At Scenic Royale getting its head in front. The filly trying to fight back. Salius on the inside. Scenic Royale a neck in front. Salius trying to come back. Scenic Royale's a half in front, and Scenic Royale a half length on the line to Salius. 5 away third is Hurricane Storm from El Quahira Sun with Skybow. Further back in the race, Donor, then Iron Horse, a gap to Russian Trader, then Lucky Striker, and last of all in the Alistair Clark is Mick Rest.
5, 5 and 4, 71.10, correct weight, Newcastle.
When in place for Scenic Royale, 8.10 the win, 2.30 the place. 10, Salius, 1.20, third 9, Hurricane Storm, 2.80.
Lincoln.
Super Tab number 4, Scenic Royale, $8, 2.30. Number 10, Salius, 1.20, and number 9, Hurricane Storm, $3.
Fight it out. And it's Scenic Royale going home to win the dominant Group 2 Alistair Clark Stakes today. Number 4, Scenic Royale, getting to Salius, who tried to rally back. They were just a bit too strong, ridden by Dan Burton from 10 Salius, who attempted to lead all the way today. Third placing will go to Hurricane Storm, number 9, ridden by David Taggart. 4, 10 and 9 in the frame, 4, 10, 9 and 2, 6.8.
More from Melbourne shortly. Move.
This is Triple.
They're off this time. A beautiful start. Roaring Success jumped well. Dragon Variation, one of the roughies. Upsides tackling Roaring Success, but successful lead. Roaring Success a length and a half. Dragon Variation, Airagid third. 2 Batavian on the outside of Magic of Sydney. A couple to Flavour racing around Presidential Rule, and Le Grand Moose is the tail ender. Going pretty fast down past the 750, and Roaring Success a length and 3/4 on the grey colt Airagid. One away third is Dragon Variation, followed a length and a half further back Batavian. 2 to Flavour on the outside of Magic of Sydney. 3 Presidential Rule ahead, Le Grand Moose on the outer. Up to the bend in the Todman trial, and the leader is Roaring Success, a length there, Agid. Dragon Variation running third, closely attended by the unbeaten New Zealander Batavian. Flavour moving up on the outside of Batavian, and Die trying to push the rider of the horse on the outside out of the way, and I refer to Flavour, and Batavian's sandwiched up on the inside. By gee, this horse got skittle, Magic of Sydney. Here's Flavour on the outside, racing up to Airagid, hits the front. Batavian trying to match Flavour, and Magic of Sydney got all the stuffing knocked out of him when the tightening took place. The leader, Flavour, Magic of Sydney is fast getting him, but the post too close, and Flavour will win. Flavour from Magic of Sydney. Wasn't it rough and tough in the straight? Third posse, Batavian, followed home then by Airagid, Presidential Rule, Dragon Variation, and the last 2, Roaring Success and Le Grand Moose.
Correct weight, Brisbane.
Wow.
Number 2, Flavour, to pay 3.30, 1.30. Number 3, Magic of Sydney, 1.30. And number 1, Batavian, 1.40.
Flavour, written by Darren Beedman, has paid $3.30 and $1.30. Magic of Sydney, number 3, written by R.S. Dye, will pay $1.20. And Batavia, number 1, written by Peter Timms, will pay $1.50. Now, let's have a look at this action on the turn. Roaring Success leads from Airagid, Dragon Variation, Batavian, and Flavour went up on the outside. Beedman tried to keep Dye firmly entrenched on Magic of Sydney. Batavian seemed to duck in on top of Dragon Variation, and then Flavour on the outside, Batavian the inside of him, and Magic of Sydney between them. He got squeezed up. Flavour seemed to knuckle a little bit, and he did a dipsy doodle too, so he got basically put off balance for a stride or two. But jostling between 2 of Australia's top riders there, Beedman and Dye. Magic of Sydney certainly the worst sufferer, and at a vital stage where he was trying to get through, he had, as I said in the call, the stuffing taken out of him. He was slowly but surely catching Flavour over the concluding stages, but Flavour has been a little too good and would score by about 3/4 of a length. Yes, it was 3/4. So 2, 3 and 1. The margins being 3/4 of a length by a long neck. 3/4 a long neck. And the time was 1:11.12. 1:11.12. 35.37 the sectional. 35.37. And that time was slower than Merlin of 1:10.93. 1:10.93. The official fourth placing was number 5, and that was Eragid, and number 4 ran 5th Presidential Rule Flavour by Rubiton from Ice Cream Sunday, owned by Woodland Stud, trained by John Hawkes, D. Beedman, Magic of Sydney, by Dane Hill, Eloquent Edition, Gay Waterhouse, Shane Dye and Batavian, Strasbrook, Chris Heath, Graham Rogerson, Peter Thames. 231 Quinella 380, Exacta 650, and the trifecta $18.60.
Now the update for the 5th.
Racing. Oh, Hero Wind missed it about 4 lengths. He's a clear last and bouncing out. Grand Bay with Arriva going up on the outside second. Street Talk third. Sir Boomer's fourth, a half length further back in the race. Fifth is All Our Mob and 3 lengths to Hero Wind. When they settle down, and Grand Bay a length and a half in front. Up on the outside a little closer to our Arriva. He's sitting back second, a length and a half further back. Street Talk. Sir Boomer half away fourth, 1.5 then to All Our Mob, about 5 or 6 off the front. And Hero Wind has caught them around the turn at the 750 metre mark.
Protest dismissed, Sydney.
In front of Arriva is well off the fence second, 2 for the back. Street Talk. All Our Mob about 3 lengths off them, going up fourth, and then Sir Boom and Hero Wind. They go to the 550, and now Arriva closing up now to Grand Bay. All Our Mob giving a crack with a whip. Street Talk trying to get out. It's Arriva and Grand Bay a half in front, with All Our Mob making a line of 4 around Street Talk. 4 in line in the Stanley Wooden up to the turn. Arriva under pressure, and All Our Mob out wide has hit the front. It's All Our Mob a half length. Street Talk, Arriva struggling. Then Hero Wind and Grand Bay, but the Sydney Galloper went for home. All Our Mob, he's home. He shot 3 in front of Street Talk and Hero Wind, but Gay's Galloper's going to blitz them here. All Our Mob in the run to the line wins 4 or 5 lengths to Hero Wind, a length and a half to Street Talk. Further back, Sir Boom, Grand Bay, and last of all, and not looking real good in his action over the line with his head right down there, is Arriva.
And number 1, All Our Mob, over 4, Hero Wind, and 7, Street Talk. 1, 4, 7 ahead of Past the Post. Here's Ian.
Just confirming the protest dismissed in Sydney on race 5. Protest dismissed, 231 placing stand.
1, All Our Mob, 280, 160, 4, Hero Wind, 410, 7, Street Talk, no third.
1 All Our Mob, Super Tab, 270, 150. Number 4, Hero Wind at 390, no third for 7 Street Talk.
Hey, Waterhouse's Galloper here, All Our Mob, scoring his 10th win today from 52 starts. He sat back, let go, and has blitzed them. 4 a second, Hero Wind, a terrific effort under the circumstances, stayed in the barrier. Missed it 3 or 4 lengths, and third in is number 7, that's Street Talk, Norman Weymouth, 147. Last of the 6, and a disappointing last, is Arriva. He was under pressure just before the home turn, 350 from home.
Correct weight, Newcastle.
They're racing in the Ranvets. Doremus a late scratching, and on the inside Electronic was best away. Burrito jumped out well. Roadworthy looking for the lead from Old Pharaoh, then Alcove. A length a penny, second last Hello Darl, and the New Zealander Kingston Bay as the tail ender. Burrito runs to the lead for Brian York as they travel almost 400 metres and leads about a length and a half Pharaoh. Roadworthy in third spot, Electronic on the inside fourth. The penny is wide out next as they swing into this first bend, followed closely by Alcove in the middle. Over on the fence, Hello Darl, and a length and a half to Kingston Bay. And if you've just joined us after they jumped and thinking, where in the hell is Doremus? He was a late scratching. As they head to the back of the course now and race along towards the 1200 pole. And the leader is Burrito, a length and 3/4 on Pharaoh, inclined to race a little ungenerously, wants to get his head very high. 2 to Roadworthy, 3/4 Electronic hugging the rails. A length a penny, followed by Alcove. After 1 to Hello Darl, and a similar margin Kingston Bay. No change in the order as they race along to the 1,000 marker, and Burrito, one of the Ingham horses, about a length and a half on Pharaoh. In third spot, 2.5 away Roadworthy. At his girth on the inside is the favourite Electronic. 1 further back is the Pennyway, racing pretty wide at the moment, followed by Alcove in the middle. Hello Darl's on the inside, and still 1 length to Kingston Bay. The rider on the same, Grant Cooksley, just biding his time, obviously waiting for the last shot. At the 600, still no variation in the order. And Burrito, 3/4 of a length on Pharaoh, a length and a 1.5 Electronic being revved up by Di, hoping that the run comes shortly. Roadworthy on the outside of the favourite, and then Hello Dale slipping up on the inside from the Penny Alcove, and here's Kingston Bay taken to the extreme outside. Well, Electronics into the clear if good enough and past the 250. Burrito tackled by the stablemate Hello Dale. Electronic is starting to warm to the task now, and then Kingston Bay, Electronic and Hello Dale. Electronic put a nose in front of Hello Dale, clear of Kingston Bay. Electronic is starting to gain the upper hand, and in the last 50 she comes away. Electronic beat Hello Dale. Alcove got through on the rails for third. Then Kingston Bay followed by Burrito, the Penny, Roadworthy and Pharaoh last to complete the course. A shock scratching at 4:01 Eastern Summertime of number 1 Doremus.
Number 6 Electronic, it was the sub, $2.30 and $1 even. Number 9 Hello Dale, $3.60 and 5 Alcove, $2.20.
And Hello Dale, written by K. Moses second and 5 Alcove, D. Beedman third. The New South Wales tote for the winner, $2.10 and probably $1.04 for the place. Number 9 Hello Dale, $3.30. And number 5 Alcove will pay $2.60. A Dow performance. She's a very strong mare, Electronic, and she started to draw away over the concluding stages, and her form this time up has been absolutely super. Well, we must find out what happened to Doremus. Jamie Steer, the Deputy Chairman of Stewards, has stuck his head in the door before they jumped to say it was a late scratching. He didn't know the reason why. So whether it reared in the stalls or got caught, we can't see because of that pine tree that I mentioned, or palm tree. And Doremus is being led around now over in front of the starting stalls in the 2,000 metre chute. So I see starter Billy Dale over there having a look at him. So we'll have an idea of what has gone wrong with Doremus in a short time. 3/4 both ways the margins, 3/4 both ways, 2:01.78, 2:01.78, and the record is held at 2:40 by Dalmatia sectionally, 35.67. The Quinella 1040, the exacta, has paid $15.20 and the trifecta $78.50. Yes, $78.50. More Sydney news after the Adelaide update. Here's Rodney.
Okay, let's have...
Racing this time. Again, it was a beautiful start to land to one of the best to jump. Chlorophyll and Mad Chevelle got out well, and so did Shame near the inside. Moment's Pleasure handy, and likewise Peruzzi, followed by Bionic Bess and Vital Consent. A length the Dipping and Destruct, So Keen, wide out to Light Up the World, Isolde, Vigil. Well back Ponteldas and Futile is the tail ender. Heading down to approach the 1,000, and Talander is the leader, a length and a half. Chlorophyll 1/3 Shame. Peruzzi on a limb from Mad Chevelle, Bionic Bess, and then comes Moment's Pleasure in the middle. Dipping on the inside, 1.5 further away on the fence is Destruct, Shading, Vital Consent and So Keen. About 2 to Isolde, Light Up the World, Vigil, Ponteldas and Futile is last. On the side, 700 to go, and the Coolmore Classic, and Talander is the leader. 3/4 of a length Chlorophyll, 3 Shame inside Peruzzi, 2 to Bionic Bess, a length the Dipping. Mad Chevelle and then Moment's Pleasure, followed by Destruct and then Vital Consent, So Keen. Another 2 lengths further away, Isolde, Light Up the World, and then comes Futile from Vigil, and Ponteldas is last as they turn for home, and Talander tackled in earnest by Chlorophyll. Shame easing away from the rails, then Peruzzi on the outside, and at the head of the others Bionic Bess, but Chlorophyll goes to the lead. 200 metres left to run, and Chlorophyll raced away to Talander, Shame, Bionic Bess, followed by Destruct, but it's all Chlorophyll. What a great performance, and Chlorophyll wins the Coolmore Classic. Bionic Bess second, Shame or Talander for third, and then So Keen, followed by Destruct and Vigil, Ponteldas, Peruzzi. Isolde, Vital Consent, a good margin, Dipping, Light Up the World, Moment's Pleasure, Mad Chevelle, and last home was Futile.
Double 21.10.
Brilliant performance by number 4, Chlorophyll.
On the Super Tab, 1090 and 360. Number 9 Bionic Bess to pay $3.30. Those for third, 3 Shame, $2.80, or number 1 Talander, $2.80.
Official tote screen. And, pardon me, 10, nearly 11, $10.80 and $3.20. $10.80 and $3.20. Great performance, always handy, and simply ran them ragged in the last 250 metres. Number 4, Chlorophyll first, J. Marshall. Number 9, second, will be second, Bionic Bess, the Victorian mare, written by Glenn Boss, and her dividend will be $5.10. And the 2 in it for third, a Shame, number 3, Darren Beedman. Shame was showing $2.50, and on her inside, number 1, Talander, and she was showing $2.80. Shane will probably get third, and in fact has. So 4, 9 and 3 are the official numbers in the Coolmore Classic, with Chlorophyll first. A Baymere 4 by Zedidiv from Floral, trained by Max Lees. He's had a wonderful association with this race. It's had a number of sponsors over the years. Last year it was the Orlando, I think, and Maxie won it with Flitter, ridden by Jimmy Cassidy. He won it with, I think did he have Quicksilver Cindy? I think he did. He certainly won it with Satin Sand in 1986 anyway. It's been a happy race for him. He puts the polish on this mare for J. Lau, P. Young, K. Lai, Mrs. K.K. So and Mr. A. Harris. 15 starts, 8 wins, 2 seconds and 2/3. 3 lengths, he absolutely belted in. 3 lengths with a long neck, second and third. 3 lengths, a long neck, 128.7.